It's 2026. I'm in my 30s. In a few years, I'm going to be a 40-something-year-old woman. Yes, my mother and father is dead and gone. I'm not here for nice, nasty, catty, diva, bitchy, abrasive, like unnecessarily abrasive, unnecessarily aggressive, or sarcastic, Sha-Nae Nae energy from nobody, whether we biologically related or not. And unfortunately, earlier tonight, or yesterday, technically, since it's after 1 o'clock in the morning right now, as I'm recording this, that's just what I got bombarded with. And this individual literally forced me into an argument with her, and then turned around and made me look like I'm the evil, like I'm the bad guy. Like you know, the shit is crazy when you're like, okay, girl, I'm getting my headphones, cause like the catty, abrasive, nice, nasty, low key, brute aggressiveness that nobody asks for, or acting like, we're in the episode of Orange is the New Black, and I'm new to your cell and you're gonna bully me around. You know what I'm saying? See, those type of conversations, if it's gonna be that way and you gonna be on some Sha-Nae Nae type of energy, I don't wish to engage in those conversations. I don't know who needs to hear this. But if that's not the energy that I'm coming at you with, don't come at me with that type of energy and think it's gonna go smooth, or I'm not gonna try to tune you out. But that's what happened earlier. Like, I don't know, for some strange reason, I was like, I need a favor. I'm willing to pay you for it if you're willing to do it. All right, come by my house, but just try to get here by 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock on the dot. I'm out of here. Oh, yeah, where you going? Well, me and a friend, we hitting up town in Montclair. We're going to stop at the restaurant. We're going to stop here. We're going to go for a stroll. We're going, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm thinking to myself, well, it's nice as hell. I really haven't been going anywhere. I got a little bit of energy, but I've been crashing really bad lately. Sometimes you got to get out the house and some fresh air, whatever. Sometimes you got to do fun stuff. So I asked her if I could tag along. No problem. Okay, I get over there. I pay for the favor. She helps me. The Uber comes, and we get in the Uber. I meet her friend, very cool, charming, funny, down to earth, dude. Apparently, I'm gonna call this dude Johnny. Johnny apparently stays in Montclair. And I'm gonna call this relative who introduced me to her friend Johnny, I'm gonna call her Tisha or Trisha. So Trisha introduces me to Johnny, who lives in Montclair. And they tell me about all the fun things they've been doing, including going to an R&B concert at MetLife Stadium a few days ago. And I wasn't trying to be weird or odd, but I was like, certain people indicated a while back, they don't really want me playing their music or going to their concerts. So just to keep the peace, I had the money to go. I just didn't buy a ticket. Just to keep the peace, so it wouldn't be no drama or anything crazy pop off. Can't nobody blame me. Okay, we talking a couple times. I've mentioned certain things that borders on conspiracy theories, which people didn't, wasn't too thrilled about. So I changed the subject. But most of the time, it was just cool. It was just chill. I believe we had fun. It got to one point, because we're talking about all these upcoming activities as we're closing the summer. I'm like, okay, I want to do one more barbecue and then either invite y'all or, give y'all a plate. Oh, wow, that'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? Trisha's friend, Johnny, who she swears up and down, is nothing intimate between them. But she just also don't want Johnny moving around in Newark. And later on, you're going to understand why. So, oh, yeah, we down. Okay, how about, it's two of the boys in the family. They having a birthday this month. Let's go get pizza. Take them to the matinee. We all can go out together. Oh, yeah, Spider-Man is real big and real popular right now. Okay, cool. Even though I was never really a big Spider-Man fan, I'm down with the shit. You feel me? And then it gets to a point where I made the mistake, not realizing Johnny don't know anything about her actual guy or main guy or whatever. We're gonna call him Therese. So he don't know about Therese. Also, let me clarify. I don't know that Therese enjoys going to house music festivals in and around Newark, New Jersey. Before I bring this up as a suggestion, not a literal invitation, a suggestion. I said there's some upcoming house music events in Newark around, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, whoa, cousin, what you doing? Don't bring that up. I'm like, oh, my bad. Oh, you trying to invite Johnny to a house music festival in what I say the boyfriend name was? I forget. Well, let's call the boyfriend Steven. Steven be going to all them house music festivals in Newark. So then I corrected it. I didn't really like her tone and how frustrated she got real quick. It's like the mask slipped in 2.5 seconds. But I'll let it slide to keep the peace. But when people do that to me, I feel like a little humiliated and almost like I'm being talked to like I'm a child. But I let it slide. And I'm like, okay, well, I didn't know that Steven be going to these festivals before I brought it up. But I bring it up because, like, this is something you can go and have fun, and you don't really need no money to go to these house music events. And because most of them are free. The majority of them are free. Anyhow, her friend stepped away for a little bit, and then and then he came back a few seconds later. But she was like, basically, she don't want a situation where he gets curious and he goes to one of these festivals, where Johnny goes to one of these festivals and bumps into Steven, the actual boyfriend. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, my bad. Like, I dropped the conversation. But then right before I dropped it fully, I mentioned how they're not all necessarily in Newark, New Jersey. For a little historical context, house music is international, but it's not just something that you'll find in Newark, New Jersey. They have them in so many different parts of New Jersey, but all throughout the United States. I don't want to say all throughout. That make it seem like all 50 states have house music events, but they have them in a lot of states across the United States and internationally as well. So it's just one of the last genres that I feel like I could really enjoy without harassment for the most part, and it's fun and it's like, it's exciting, whatever. So later on, her friend Johnny, that cool, calm, educated, smart, just different. You know what I'm saying? He orders a ride for us to ride because it's getting kind of late. It's like after 9 o'clock. He orders a ride for us to ride from Montclair all the way to her house, which is close to Central Avenue. And from there, my plan is to catch the 99 bus from where she's at by Central Avenue all the way to Bergen and Mapes, and then walk the 5-minute walk from Bergen and Mapes. We get in the Uber, not even 2 minutes. The conversation that she got really irritated and uncomfortable about, she brings it back up. Okay, cool. She is a grown-ass woman. She's entitled to do that. But like a few seconds in, it's her tone that's telling me, you know what? This is not a conversation I'm going to want to engage in. It's the tone alone is more aggressive. It's more frustrated and agitated. Yeah, like earlier when you brought up the house music thing to my friend, I don't need a situation where he goes, where Johnny goes and bumps into Steven. And I'm thinking to myself, even though if you don't go with him, how would he know who's... I don't know. Anyhow, I'm like, it's okay. Like, I dropped the conversation earlier when you made it clear that you wasn't comfortable. You talking about dropping that conversation, but I'm not finished talking about it and explaining myself. Okay, you allowed to do that. But respectfully, I don't even really want to engage right now. Yeah, but like, I don't know if you're trying to shut me down or whatever. Like, if this is something that, I want to get off my chest, I'm going to do that. I say, okay, cool. So what I'm getting ready to do is get my headphones. Everything just exploded. I'm getting ready to get my headphones. I grabbed my headphones and I was getting ready to plug my headphones into my phone. She went from 0. She did exactly what I feared she was going to do. She really went from 0 to 1,000 in this Uber. And then when she just thought I was going to put it in there, not only did she start yelling at the top of her lungs, but she tried to tell the Uber to put me out for saying, you know what, I'm going to grab my headphones. Mind you, at that point, I was still being cordial and being respectful and being mature, the same way I was doing in front of her friend. Like, my energy didn't switch up all of a sudden because I couldn't control the conversation. I couldn't boss somebody around during the conversation. Like, it almost reminds me of the time where, not long after she came to stay with me because her father passed away, one time she tried to dictate what me and my mother can and can't watch on my TV in my house. And me and my mother was just not here for it. And myself, you don't pay for the internet, you don't pay for the cable, you didn't pay for this TV, and you about to sit in my fucking house and tell me what me and my mother can and cannot watch on my TV? Girl, is you serious? Me and my mother went off. And she got really frustrated because my mother did not agree with her. My mother told her, yo, you wrong. Trisha, you wrong. Trisha ain't her real name, but you wrong. How the hell are you coming up in somebody else's joint? They're being nice and friendly and letting you stay under their roof, and you gonna try to tell them, well, this makes me uncomfortable. You don't gotta watch. My daughter told you it's a room right there. You can go into the room. You can go into the room, or you can go into the bathroom, or you can go sit outside and have a cigarette break. Reluctantly, at some point during the argument, reluctantly she got up and went in the room and closed the door. Yes, because we not about to do that. She never changed since then. But it's like that sometimes with her. And when we're on the phone and she start doing that and going into Sha-Nae Nae territory, I hang up on her. Yes, I will. Because it's like, if I don't hang up with you, or if I don't put my headphones in, we're going to argue. And I feel like our family has been through way too much for me to argue with anybody. Also, like, I'm not getting dressed and coming all the way out to motherfucking Montclair. So your friend will order a ride and then I can have an intentional argument with you. That's not why I came out here, to argue with nobody. But if I don't like your tone and your delivery sucks ass, if I feel like it's just too catty, too aggressive, too combative, too whatever. But it's like, I was put in a predicament where literally anything that I did or didn't do, it was going to be a problem for her. That's somebody that don't really like you and don't respect you. Like, they're going to reel you into an argument in one way or another, but if they see you pulling out your headphones, because that's just how much you really don't want to fucking argue, that's a problem too. Well, she had one other choice. She could have put her hands on me and physically made me shut up. But she knows better. Like, if you want me to shut up, you're going to have to shut me up. Because, girl, I'm not shutting up. When you the one cursing and getting loud and carrying on like a maniac. And you want to argue about every little fucking thing all of a sudden. Or that's anger that been brewing underneath the surface and you just didn't peep it. Or maybe they wanted to curse you out the other day, but once again, you hung up the phone. Because you're not about to let yourself be subjected to disrespect and unnecessary aggression and somebody being brute, acting like a brute. When your energy is the type of energy that you would bring to a job interview. Your energy is the type of energy that you bring to nice people at church. Even your delivery. How you doing? Good afternoon. Oh, it's nice to see you. That's my delivery. That's my energy. That and jokes make people laugh. Not, oh yeah, about earlier, that conversation regarding you inviting my friend. First of all, I wasn't inviting, I was just letting him know this is something free that is fun for everybody. And for this not to be a side dude and all that stuff, that's not how you reacted. And then also you reacted as if I already knew your boyfriend be going to these events in Newark. I didn't know that. It was just chaotic. It was messy. And it didn't make no sense. Honest to God. But by the grace of God, I got home in one piece. That was my main concern. First of all, you wanted me to drop the conversation when we was in Montclair. I did that. I did it peacefully and gracefully with dignity. Then we get in the car. I already don't like the energy and the vibes that you on surrounding this subject. You bring it back up. Okay, cool. I'm not going to engage you. But if I feel like your tone is not cool, if you're not chill, if you about to get too abrasive, too excited, too rude, or if it's going into that fucking Sha-Nae Nae territory, cool. Like you could talk to yourself. But she was adamant that I argued with her, so we argued, unfortunately. It got so crazy. I to the point where I said, you know what? I actually got to record this. You never let nobody, treat you like you're beneath them. You don't let motherfuckers talk down on you, and you got to walk on eggshells and be rosy posy and peaceful and sweet and respectful. But they could be as crass, abrasive. They could be brute. They could be sarcastic. They could be nice, nasty. They could act like a fucking diva. Meanwhile, that's not the energy that you want. Your energy and your vibes is the complete opposite of that. You gotta really watch your manners and how and your delivery. Not just what you say, but how you say it to this person. But they don't have to watch none of that when they talking to you. Girl, bye. Like I said before, in a few years, I'm going to be 40 years old. My mother and father is dead and gone. They ain't never coming back. Just like she didn't have to shut up, I didn't have to shut up. It should have never got to that point, though.